fucking mad. I've bloody done it off the wrong stream. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United have lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace for the first time in Premier League history. And I tell you what, how the hell am I supposed to feel good about that shit? I mean, seriously, like, we've lost... Look, oh, in 24 hours, we'll all feel a little bit different. How am I supposed to adjust to that? How am I supposed to get my head around that tonight? How am I supposed to go on with football this season after that? We're not even had our first breath in this season and the season's screwed. Like, seriously. Like, last season we lost to Cardiff at home and it was like, oh... we want to become... you'll be surprised at the quality of player that wants to come to this club. Oh, there's players... I'll be here, but these players that won't be here. Oh, we've been running around Perth. We've been running around Singapore. We've been running around Beijing. And the intensity's there. We're really happy with the summer that we've got. We've pulled the wool over your eyes about a shit transfer window because everything's positive. Everybody's high-fiving on the bloody training pitch. Everybody's really happy. You're going to see a really different Manchester United. I ain't seen nothing new. I've seen nothing new. Absolutely nothing new. It's the same old shit. It's the same crap selections. It's the same tactical exposure. It's the same... players, it's the same manager, and it's the same board inflicting poison on our eyes, and it's got to stop. And how will it stop? I don't know how it stops, but I'm bloody furious. And this is not about ranting for ranting's sake. This is not about, oh, you're not a real fan, win, lose or draw, stick together. This is bullshit. I was surprised that United fans booed at the end of the game. But actually, why the hell should they not? What are we actually not going to boo for? Oh, Ollie needs time. Oh, these young lads need time. Who needs time? He's been here for 8 months. That summer was not good enough, and we know it wasn't good enough. We knew that midfield wasn't good enough. Ander Herrera was our second best midfielder. They didn't even bloody replace him. Like, attackers have gone for 70 million. They've not been replaced. But before we talk about the board, because we all know about the bloody board, I've got to say, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, exposed. I said on Wednesday, I'm not a bloody manager of football. You're not a manager of football. I haven't got the coaching badges. I'm not an ex-professional footballer. A video went up on this channel on Wednesday. 5 things Ole Gunnar Solskjaer must change immediately to sort this season out. And I had people in the comments saying, oh, how sad's this? Criticising Ollie already. 3 days later, we lose to Crystal Palace at Old Trafford for the first time in our bloody Premier League history. And people are telling me and you, oh, you're being negative about nothing. You're being negative about nothing. What was the 5 things I said? We need to create more chances. We need somebody who can take set pieces. Right? Lingard shouldn't be starting at number 10. He can't create anything. That was 3 things. I can't remember what the other 2 were because there's so many bloody other things. Oh, leadership. We need some bloody leadership. Leadership has to come from the bench if it's not going to come from the pitch. And the other one was be quicker in your substitutions. Every single one of those we failed today. You've got Marcus Rashford lining himself up for free kicks in decent situations, thinking it's a kickabout down the park and he's got 7 Ronaldo on his back because he stands like that and he's booting it like Ronald McDonald in his clown boots. You've got penalties. I mean, I'll tell you what, I hope Sky Sports are going to spend half an hour analysing how shit Rashford's penalty was because they did it to Pogba. Maybe Pogba should have took it. Or I know, I've got a better idea than anything. How's about you let the person take the penalties who's the most clinical finisher in our team? Anthony Martial. But no, Rashford was unlucky because he hit the post. He missed. And his free kicks are a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. That midfield, oh, they run around and they try and pick players off to get them off the pitch quick when it's a sub. How's about they pick the ball up and do something a little bit bloody creative? Exposed. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been exposed by one of the worst England managers ever in Roy Hodgson. He has been exposed by Crystal Palace. Like, somehow we get ourselves back to 1-1. And Daniel James runs there like he's bloody Mbappe because he scored another goal. You did that 2 weeks ago, mate. You scored your first goal at Old Trafford. We've just got 1-1 against Crystal Palace. That 10 seconds you're celebrating, grab the bloody ball and show some impetus to go and win it. But what do? Oh, we think we're going to get that golden chance to get out of jail. And bloody Palace go up the other end and score. And people have got the audacity to say that David De Gea's back being shit again. We had over 70% possession at Old Trafford. We had over 20 shots at Old Trafford, but we only had 3 on target. And the same as Palace did. It's just ridiculous. But let's talk about the exposure, because some people won't want to hear this. This is not about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out. God, no, it's not about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out. We cannot do that again. Who are we going for next? We've tried the arrogant, up his own arse Mourinho. We've tried the pastic tactical master in Van Gaal. We've tried the clown in Moyes. And we've tried the club legend in Ole. What are we going to do next? We've got to stick with this. We've got to stick with this. But he has got to learn. He has got to learn. You do not. Lingard shouldn't have started today. Like, the Lingard thing irritates me, right? I want Lingard to come good because we've not got many players. That's what it's all about. And Lingard running around a lot. He's a Duracell bloody bunny. Oh, look at him. He'll go forever. But he don't create anything. He shouldn't have played today. Lingard should not have played today. And Ole left himself short by picking a shit bench again. Mata shouldn't be on the bench. Matic shouldn't be on the bench. Put Fred and put Gomez on the bench. They're creative, they're tenacious, and they would give the crowd a boost. Put people on the bench who are going to change the game. Not your mates. Not experienced players who are shit. Put people on the bench who are going to make the game change. Matic may as well be concrete statue on that bench. He's got no purpose. What scenario does Matic come off the bench? What scenario? Against Crystal Palace? Matic comes off the bench. If you're scamming Barcelona 1-0, there's 10 minutes to go, you bring another CDM on. Why would Matic ever come on against Crystal Palace? Never. There's no scenario for Matic, so don't put him on the bloody bench. Put another attacker on there. Get creative. Get thinking. At half-time, Lingard was shit. 10-20 minutes into the second half, he's still shit. You've wasted 20 minutes. Get him off. Don't pick him again. Get him off. Rashford, shooting the ball like a bloody balloon. Get him off. Like, there's too much favouritism. There's not enough dynamism. And creativity-wise, we are shot. We are shot with a capital I where the O should be. Exposed. Absolutely exposed. If you think that Crystal Palace team is rolling up to the Etihad, is rolling up to Anfield, is rolling up to the Emirates, is rolling up to Stamford Bridge, and is rolling up to whatever Spurs calls their ground now, and not getting smashed 4 or 5-0, you're sadly mistaken. We are firmly, Manchester United now, are worse than we were last season. We are worse. We are not as good as we were last season. Martial looks like he's going to be out for a few weeks. Luke Shaw's out now. Slowly the shit is slipping back into the pan and back into the team. And we are looking very, very similar to last season. I can't wait to do the player ratings in a minute. We are looking very, very similar to last season. And look, people are going to moan at me and say, oh, you're just moaning for moan's sake. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong about Manchester United's situation at the moment. Tell me when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to go, oh, it wasn't that bad. To lose to Crystal Palace 2-1 at Old Trafford, it wasn't that bad. This is bad. Wake up. Look at yourself and do not try and swerve away to some sort of positive. This is bad. I never expected to be doing this after 3 games. You know me. All summer I've been, look, we've got to get behind the players. We've got to get behind Ole. We've got to stick with it. We've got to stick with it. In 3 games, they've obliterated that goodwill. They have obliterated it. And this isn't flip-flop. That today was absolutely despicable. Despicable. And I would have said it at 1-1. Even not beating Crystal Palace is still despicable. But to lose to them like that, I mean, it's just baffling. I mean, the player ratings are going to baffle me, but even Wan-Bissaka was poor today. Lindelof going up in a header at a standstill against somebody who's smaller than him and losing it. Like, that club is in a mess. From top to bottom, that club is in an absolute mess. The board should be kicked out. They should be ashamed of themselves, but they're not, because the money's in the pocket. The season tickets are already, the money's there. The shirt sales are already there. The transfer window's already shut, so they've pocketed loads of money from that. They're happy. Solskjaer, look, back to reality. There goes gravity, mate. You had 3 good months, you had 3 bad months. What we got now then? It's not looking good, is it? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And the worst thing for Solskjaer is this. If we'd lost to Palace today, but they had Angel Gomez in the team, they had Teeth Chong in the team, maybe Garner's on the bench, maybe Fred's there, you go, you know what, we've lost, but I like the look of that team. The reality is, we've lost, but it's still the same old shit. Ashley Young's playing at left back. Now, to be fair, Delow's injured, Shaw's injured, maybe Young plays, whatever. But it's just a sign of the past that we don't want to see. Lingard, right? I don't even want to be horrible to Lingard because as a human being, he's probably a really nice lad. And at the end of the day, he doesn't pick himself. So let's give Lingard a break as a human being, as a footballer. He's a very limited footballer, right? He had 8 weeks, 18 months ago, where he had a blip. An absolute blip in his career. And everyone thought, wow, we've got a great player. For the last 18 months, he's bang average. He's bang average. I don't even think he'd get on the bench of a team like Spurs or Chelsea. I don't think he even makes the bench. He is playing in the most important position in Manchester United's team. He is playing as a number 10. He is not good enough. He is not good enough. And all you ever hear is he never stops running and he's really important to the press. What press? What intensity? What matter? I mean, Paul Pogba today, can I just talk about tactics as well? Why the fuck is Paul Pogba playing deep against Crystal Palace? McTominay should be playing deep. Why is Paul Pogba playing so deep against Crystal Palace? There's no point. They're playing deep themselves. They're playing a compact, deep line. Why is Paul Pogba getting the ball in this position here? What's the point? Oh, I can hit a 40-yard pass to 2 lines of 4. No. Tactically inept. Tactically stupid. We ain't got no tactics. We have no idea today. We're clueless in the final third. That's the problem. We're clueless in the final third. And whatever's going on the training pitch, I'm sorry, I don't like being critical. I don't like being critical because I love these players and I love this club. And I'm not talking about all the players, but I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But, like, why is Marcus Rashford on free kicks? Because, I mean, I'm going to have a heart attack live on air. I can feel my blood pressure. I feel it. Like, why is Marcus Rashford taking free kicks? I'm trying to calm myself down here. Why is Marcus Rashford taking free kicks? Why? All last season we were joking about it, and then by the end of the season we were nearly like on the edge about it, and then we've gone into a new season and he's still doing it, and he does the same balloon free kick every time over the bar. He thinks he's bloody Ronaldo, and even Ronaldo doesn't score many free kicks, so why are you modelling yourself on him? You're a Poundland Ronaldo, and Ronaldo don't score many free kicks. It doesn't even make any sense. And the best bit about this is, and I'm being highly sarcastic here, but the best bit about all this is, we've spent £80 million on Harry Maguire to basically just stand at the back of our fucking football pitch. Like, he does... What? We're not even playing to his strengths. £80 million on a centre-back who is, without doubt, one of the best players in the air in Europe. And we haven't got anyone who can put a set piece on his head. Like, it's laughable. It's absolutely laughable. It's like buying a Ferrari and not bothering to buy the wheels. It is awful. Awful. I don't know what's going on with that. Tactically, I'm really scared. I'm really scared. But, you know, I'm scared. You know what? You can't be any more scared than this. We've got 4 points from 3 games and we've just lost to Crystal Palace at home. Liverpool could smash Arsenal tonight and Arsenal will still be ahead of us. And they're going to be ahead of us for a long time because we are in all sorts of trouble. We are in all sorts of trouble as a football club. And tactically, I worry about Mike Phelan and Michael Carrick and McKenna and Solskjaer. I mean, I really worry. And I think the reason I worry is because this is becoming consistent now. What's the plan? What is the plan? You know, you can make them run around on tour as much as you like and you can get them as fit as you like. But if they haven't got an idea, they haven't got an idea. And they haven't got an idea. There's no plan. We don't carve teams open. I'm fed up of saying this. The end of last season, we didn't create enough chances. Pre-season, we didn't create enough chances. This season, we don't create enough chances. We don't create chances. Like, I had somebody saying to me, you said that Anthony Martial is going to win the Golden Boot and he's going to score more goals than Aubameyang. What a twat I am. Because Martial probably would score more goals than Aubameyang and he probably would be a Golden Boot contender if he played in a team where he gets a shot on goal. He's just played against Crystal Palace at home at Old Trafford and he's not had one chance. Not one chance for our number 9 at home to Crystal Palace. There's your problem. We don't create enough chances. We don't create enough chances because there's not enough people on that pitch. Daniel James doesn't create chances. Rashford doesn't create chances. Lingard doesn't create chances. McTominay can't create chances. And Pogba is playing in the centre circle. How the hell are we going to create chances when you select a team like that? We don't create enough chances. Simple as that. Simple and clear. Please do smash a like on the video. Man of the match. Bloody hell. Oh, God. I can't even think. Man of the match. Man of the match today. I don't know. But I'm apt. Look, I'm going to go through the player ratings here. De Gea, 4. You've got to give him a 4. He had nothing to do and the goal went in at the end. But he's not the reason we lost. Wan-Bissaka 5. You know, we can all blow wind up his arse, but he was poor today. He probably should have tracked the runner. And I don't know whether it's because he was playing against his old club, but he didn't play very well. Lindelof 4, totally at fault for the first goal. Maguire, actually I'd give him a 6. He didn't do much wrong. I'd give Luke Shaw a 6. I thought he was actually getting down the left, doing quite well until he got injured. McTominay 5. Just not enough. You know, I don't think he did anything massively wrong. Just not enough for a Manchester United midfielder. Just not enough for a Manchester United midfielder. Lingard 2, and I think that's generous. In fact, oh look, it's turned into a 1. Pogba 6. Rashford 3. Awful. Martial 4. Not his fault, but just had nothing to live off. And Daniel James, I'd give him a 5 because he got the goal. But he, you know, not a lot from him as well. Just very, very poor from Manchester United. And you know what? Harry Maguire was my man of the match by default. Smash a like on the video if Harry Maguire was your man of the match. Because what I did see from Harry Maguire was shouting and leadership and trying to make things happen. But when you're running into the box and no one's giving you a pass, what are you supposed to do? Like, what are you supposed to do? It's beyond, just beyond anything can I just be honest for a moment? And I've been honest for the last few minutes. I cannot give you the answer. All I can say is I'm a Manchester United fan like many of you are. And what are we supposed to do? We're not Chelsea fans. We're not going to down tools and go and support Man City. We love this club. But our season's over before it started. It feels like there was no summer because we didn't really buy where we needed to buy. And we ended the season badly. And now we've gone and done even worse. I mean, losing the last game of the season to Cardiff at home when it doesn't really matter. All right, but losing your third game of the season when you're trying to build something to Crystal Palace and Roy Hodgson, that's probably the lowest we've been as a football club in the last 6 years. That isn't even a kick in the nuts. That's a sledgehammer in the nuts. That's absolutely smashed our nuts. That is horrible, absolutely horrible. And anybody who thinks it's not, and anybody who says, don't worry, we're fine, it's all a work in progress. Where's the work in progress from today? The selections were not a work in progress. It's the same old crap being selected. It was the same old not creating chances. It's the same old poor set-piece delivery. It's the same old crap free kicks from Rashford. There's not enough leadership on that pitch. I tell you what, if I was manager of Manchester United, and I'm not anywhere near qualified to do it, and neither are any of you, Rashford wouldn't take free kicks. I'd get Pereira on the pitch simply to have his set-piece delivery because we've got players who are good in the air. I would move the ball in triangles and I would have runners. And I would be looking for passes into spaces. We don't do it. We don't do any of the basics. Football's a very, very easy game. It's a very, very simple game. And we are failing. We are failing at the simple things. And let's be honest here. Crystal Palace went to Sheffield United last week and lost. They've come to Old Trafford and deservedly won because they had the same amount of shots on target as us and they scored 2 and we scored 1. It's as simple as that. And those performances and those player ratings, I don't make any argument about it. And you know what the saddest thing of all this is? I will quote what was said before by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Some of these players won't be here. They're still bloody here, making the same bloody mistakes. The same bottlers, the same Pampers FC. They're all still here, Ollie. What are you going to do about it? Mohamed Mula says, pathetic. We're predictable, always looking for Harry from any set piece, but we can't even put the cross in. Ben Rinsky, what can be done now? This team can't even beat Palace. I don't know. I think we're in for a horrifically horrible season because you can't trust this team. I said this to everybody before the game. Don't go assuming we're going to win this game of football. Don't go assuming we're winning this game of football because it's Palace at home. Look at the last 6 years. It's actually worse now. You can't trust this team. Southampton away, maybe we will win 4-0. Maybe we'll get beat. You can't trust this team, so I don't know what the future is other than I love this club and we'll keep supporting it. Anu Palyapan, Ollie's clueless. Our forwards are clueless. Lots of passing and running, but clueless. Luke Townsend, Ollie is not the right man for the job. This is a disgrace. Pogba was doubled up on today, says Chris Joseph. Yeah, you mark Pogba, you're out of the game. United are out of the game. Jarvis Cocker says, heaven knows I'm miserable now. Rupin McPhelan is a dinosaur, always was, even with Fergie. Stop coming to conclusions over one game. It's mad, says James Waddingham. Mate, I'm not even going to rise to your bait. One game. Where have you been for the last 6 years? Ugochi Patrick Ozzy says, Ollie let everyone down. He needs to own this loss. K Chino, I'm very depressed right now, I swear. Did you see how we were playing after getting the equaliser? And what the fuck did he send Mata on for? Lingard would be inside if he wasn't a footballer, says Meb3. Let's all blame Pogba like everyone else does, says John G. I'm not blaming Pogba. You look at the player ratings. He's the second best player on the pitch. Travis Quinn, presence blood. De Gea must want to go. No excuses, says Sean Byrne. We didn't lose the game because of De Gea. Kevin Dalatoy, the game was lost because of the poor tactics. Europa League hasn't even started yet. Lingard's touch was worse than Lukaku's today, says AB. I blame Ollie for staying Lingard, Jams, Garner and Pereira in, says Leo Man United. Jack McConchy, was Pogba so bad today? Seemed in his own world. And why was Rashford thinking he's the best in the team? K bro, Ollie is out of his depth. Case in point, his comments last season during good results. He said how easy his job was because of the quality of players. Willie Yaj says, rant, Mark rant. Rashford can't hit the backboard. Brandon Coombs, I'm not having it. Go in the players, you mug. He made the changes. The bottler players screwed it up for us. Brandon, I think it's the manager, the players and the board. Ollie has ruined his own legacy. He's a rank amateur, says Meb3. Supreet Rao says, Mark, we all know Ollie is so naive. Plays Lingard every time. We could have went for Carlo Ancelotti. Ollie is clueless. Zayn Mayasi, Mark with James celebrating, sums up the Malatat mentality. Gold piece, prosperity. Ollie was smiling again at Crystal Palace and shaking hands with him after the game, just like the Chelsea game. Not good enough. Sam A, we all know some of these players are not good enough, but bloody hell, they should be beating Palace. Exactly. Disgraceful game, we should accept 8th, says Ollie. I subscribe for the banter, says a blue whale. Great. MUFC Reese Russell, my mind is up. This team, the owners, the staff must be removed. Start over and rebuild properly. We can't rebuild with this board. They don't want to spend money, so we can't rebuild. J. Alderson, look, I love United and always will. Believe in this Ollie out nonsense. He inherited these underperforming bunch of Muppets. Yeah, but he shouldn't have picked Lingard today. Vicky189, I'm appalled at James celebrating an equaliser in the 85th minute at Old Trafford against Crystal Palace. Shows the stature of the club has fallen into the eyes of the players. You know what? I would say that is true. I'm going to let him off because he scores at Old Trafford, but he ran there like he was Mbappe celebrating an equaliser against Palace. I'm like, grab the bloody ball. Grab the ball and let's go for it. So yeah, really, 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 really disgusted with that. But thanks everyone for tuning in, because actually, if I didn't have that to vent and we didn't have this to vent, I think I don't know what I'd be doing. I'll tell you what I'm going to go and do now. I'm not going to let 11 millionaires fuck me up. I'm going to go and watch the fan cams. I'm going to let everyone else have their say. But I'm going to do a watch along. I'm going to watch Liverpool versus Arsenal. I'm going to have a beer and I'm going to watch Liverpool versus Arsenal. So if you want to join me for that, the link is in the video description. I'm going to do Liverpool. I'm going to go straight to the fridge. I'm going to get a beer and I'm going to watch Liverpool versus Arsenal and I'm going to do a watch along on That's Football. The link is in the video description. We can talk about it a little bit more there. But fuck them. Fuck United. I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't even know what to say anymore. They're a disgrace. Thanks for watching. Smash a like on the video. Get your comments in below. But it's shocking. Absolutely shocking.